Hi everyone, it's Sue. I'm here to do another project for the Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft Creative team. At the moment we're using, for the month of June, we're using the Farmhouse Market papers and they are absolutely beautiful. The one I've chosen today, I've got the journaling cards 3x4. I've also got the Cubbies page, which I'm thinking is more to do with that than this side, although this is the side I'm planning on using. I also have the element sticker sheet as well. And remember that they are all on sale at the moment for the month of June, as are all the other products that I received in my unboxing, as well as the other ladies did as well. So pop over to Aunty Vera's and have a look. Pick up some great buys. Now what I'm going to do out of this one sheet, because I'm really into collaging at the moment, what I thought I would do is make some collage type cards and possibly 2 postcards. So what I'm hoping is 2 card fronts and 2 postcards out of this one sheet. We'll see how I go. I think it should fit. Now what I'm thinking is I'm going to be using the elements from the sticker sheet to do the collaging. So they're kind of going to have a slightly vintage feel to them, I suppose. Now, first thing I've got to do is work out the size that I need. Now, I've got a couple of different card bases here. This one is, where is it? Let's have a look. 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. This one is 15 centimeters by just over 10 and a half centimeters. So I've got the 2 different ones. I thought I'd try and use 2 different ones to start with, and then we'll work on the postcards. So obviously what I'm going to try to do is maximize the paper, because that's just what I do. I'm thinking, let me have a look. That probably would fit nicely there or there. And this one will fit there. And there's plenty of room up there for postcards. Okay, first job, I'm going to take off the strip at the bottom. And I'm going to have to rotate my board again. Now this was 14 centimeters, so I'm thinking I'm going to go smaller than 14. And I always find to maximize my sheets better, I prefer not to use a slicer or a cutter or anything like that. I find it's a little tricky to do that. I find it's just easier to use a pencil and a ruler. So if this is 14, I don't want the exact size, so I'm thinking probably 13. That will give me a half a centimetre, no, a little bit of a border around each. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking anyway, or hoping. Now, making sure it's straight. Nice sturdy paper, this one too. Now hopefully that's straight, and that will just be sitting on the card front like so. So you've got a nice little border around it as well. Okay, now the next one. Now what did I say this one was? 10 and a half, so I'm looking at 9 and a half. I think I'll just cut this one off. Oh, actually, no, I want it the other way, don't I? So I might have to turn it that way. Ten and a half, so 9 and a half, that's what it is. I really don't like measuring things, I must admit. I don't normally measure. I just cut it. Quite often I'll cut it the size of the card and then just trim it according to how much I think it should be. Okay, now this one was 15, so this side needs to be 14. Okay, hopefully that's straight. Yep, looks pretty straight to me. It's funny, in some areas of my crafting I'm really pedantic, and then other areas I'm not. It's strange. Measuring is something that I'm not really keen on, but colour coordinating and that sort of thing, really fussy with. So I don't know why. Alright, now I like my board this way because it's easier. Alright, now, so that would be the basis of the two cards. Now I would distress the edges, and I will do that in a moment. But what I am going to do is have a look at the elements I'm going to use. I did actually also think that some of these might be useful too, particularly this vintage one. Quite like that one. And let me see. Alright, well, I like that chair. So, just having a look. Normally what I would do is I actually would cut the elements out and leave them on the backing so that I can place them and work out how they're going. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that with this sheet or not yet. You know what? I think I am, because I just find that so much easier than trying to place them straight down. I'm not very good at that. I need to fiddle with it and move it around and that sort of thing, I find. Because once they're down, and yeah, that annoys me if I get them in the wrong spots, so I just prefer to have a play with the placement. Now I'm thinking I like this vintage market sign, so I'm going to cut that one out. This way, you know, you're not committed to it. If you don't like it, you can rearrange it. I think there's nothing worse than having some gorgeous stickers, placing it down and then realizing you don't actually like the layout of it. I think there's just nothing worse than that. Okay, I do like this strip here, this sticker strip, so I'm thinking that's going to go on there as well. So I'm going to cut that. You just simply put the rest of it into a plastic pocket so you don't lose all the bits. But of course, if you don't like doing that, if you're one of those type of people that likes to keep things on the whole sheet, then you have to work to that. So I'm thinking something like this. I do like this sentiment here, and I do like this one, but I think this sentiment I'll put on the big card. I do like this as our happy place. I think that is going to go on the card. For this one, in my head, I guess I'm thinking new home or something like that. Alright, so maybe not that one. Maybe something like that, and then work with one of the other smaller images. Maybe this one, since it's to do with sort of a homey feel. And I do like this key here. Okay, I'm thinking it needs something else sort of in this place here. Maybe the fan at the back there. Maybe this fan. Something like that. Yeah, I think I like that. Now what I've done is I've sort of gone with all homey sort of things there. Now this one, let me see. Might just move that out of the way. I'm not sure what this is. I can't figure out what that is. I think it might be blades of a fan, but I'm really not sure. I'm thinking maybe the flowers for this one. Now this is a nice big flower here. Now there's lots of really tiny ones that you've got to be careful of. Be very easy to lose some of those, I think, which is why it's probably a nice idea to keep them on the big sheet, but never mind. Some very tiny hearts there. I might leave those for the moment, but I'm thinking this one on here. Beautiful would be nice. Let me see. Yep, we might try this one here. The Monet quote. Something like that. And maybe a butterfly. There's a butterfly here, and there's also another one up the top there, so maybe a couple of butterflies. Don't think you can go wrong with butterflies. Okay, now there is also another one here, a very tiny one, so I'm going to put that on anyway, because there we go, just so it completes the 3. Okay, quite like that. What else is there? Alright, I might actually just leave it at that, unless, no, I think I'll just leave it at that. Okay, let's leave it at that for the moment. Oops, that's not going to sit there. Okay, let's just move those out of the way so I don't knock them off with my arm. Okay, so I'm thinking something similar to that. Now this one here, I may actually end up using here as well. Let's have a look. How long do we need this one? Probably about there. So that will be there. And I probably could have that one there. I think so. Okay, so the next step is to put them all together. Alright, so we'll work on this one first. What I am going to do, I'm actually going to put a red border. I'm thinking of the gel pen, yes, around this, just as a little border. And again, don't measure, I'm just going to, thing is to make sure that you let the gel pen dry before you put the ruler over it for the other sides, because they are very easy to smudge. Now you could, I did smudge it there, you could put another matte underneath, matted as well, with a different colour, one of the coordinating colours. It's up to you. I will do that sometimes, but I must admit I prefer doing more simplistic cards, simply because when I'm posting them, quite often they're going a distance, and I just find that they get a little damaged in the post. So I prefer just to keep them fairly simple. Now I'm just wondering if I could distress that in a red, but I'm just not sure of the colouring. So I just want to have a look how that will go. Or whether just a normal distress ink colour will be better. Yeah, I think I'll go with the vintage photo. Oh, and I just need to clean this a little bit because I don't think this is vintage photo on here. Now we start popping the elements down. I was just thinking how easy would this be to distress the edges of it all, but I have a feeling it probably will be a little bit too hard. So I don't think I'll distress the edges of all of it. Oh, this is very sticky. I'm just trying to remember how I had it actually. Not like that. Yes, I will do this. Sometimes I just look at it and go, no, don't like it that way. Don't like it that way either. Okay. Back to how it was. That way, maybe that way. I'm not convinced about the fan, so I might leave the fan off for the moment. Relatively quick way of making a card using these actually. Go and get them off. Okay. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. To join those two parts together. To do that. Alright, now that fan, I'm not sure if I'll pop that fan on yet. I don't think I will. So that's what that would look like. And then we'll pop it onto the card front. And we have a very quick, simple card. Great for someone who's into the vintagey stuff. And look, you could change that sentiment to happy birthday or something like that. Just going to quickly do this. Alright, now I'm going to use, I think I'll use craft glue. I would use my art glitter glue. Maybe I'll try that. I'm not sure if it's going to cooperate, and I forgot to check it before I started the video. Sometimes it gets... Oh no, it's good. Alright. Ah, no. Okay, that's the first one. Just pop it there. Now this one, actually it's going to have to sit out of the way for the moment. Alright, let's just do the easy bit first. Now, it could go that way. Do I want top lifting or do I want side? No, I like the side. So just quickly. I must admit, I do love the cards some of the ladies make with the, you know, all the fancy openings and all the layers and all the flowers and things on them. But for me, because I work, I just struggle for time. And you can guarantee, I remember it's someone's birthday, 2 days before it's their birthday, if not the morning of their birthday. And then it's like a mad rush to think, oh my gosh, I haven't made a card. And I found that now that I've started making cards for birthdays, people expect it. And sometimes I just think, I don't have the time. But that's, you know, I've started it and now I feel like I have to continue. Otherwise they, you know, might take offence because someone else got one, a handmade one, and oh my goodness, it gets very tricky. And you don't like to offend people. Okay, I'm thinking something like that with the beautiful flowers there. but I don't want to block the writing, so I'm going to have to make sure that that sits nicely. Some of the butterflies up there, I think that will work well. Okay, alright. Now, am I going to do the red border again? I do like the border, but I think what I might do, I might actually do a wavy border. Just a very small one. I actually really like, I'm sitting here looking at this card in front of me and I actually really like it. It's kind of got a vintage vibe, but a modern look to it. I quite like it. Eek, these are quite sticky, these ones. Now hopefully, yep, good. Okay, this one first. Now I'm just going to take the whiteness off that a little bit. Now there are a couple of little love hearts here that I think I might just pop on, because if I don't, I think there's a good chance they'll just get lost somewhere anyway. Okay, very tiny. Alright, now we've got the butterflies. Now of course, as I said, I think earlier, you could put your own sentiment. I'm thinking these ones will be probably, they'll be either thank you ones, or they'll be ones that I'll include with happy mail, or you know, a gift or something that's not a specific event as such. I like to have a few blanky sort of ones that I can use just for general use. Okay, so that's the front of that one. Now I'll just come down out of, whoops, wrong way again. Alright, and now we just need to put it on here. You could use dimensional tape with this if you wanted. So that's that one as well.